Welcome everybody. In this video, I want to give you a general overview of many essential and useful tips and tricks for the game. I tried to cluster them into different categories, so you can use the chapters if you are looking for a specific topic. I don't want to spoiler any specific quests or how to get legendary weapons and armor early on. The combat is really easy at the moment with the brain-dead AI, so those are really not necessary. But exploring the world and stumbling across cool stuff is part of the main appeal to play this game. So I don't want to take this away from you. But let's get started. Once the game drops you into your starting location and you have built the first flame shrine, take your time and check the immediate area surrounding you. The location is perfect to build a main base and has a lot of essential resources close by. You will find a water well, lots of berries, wood, stone, resin, honey, wax, and even a flint stone patch that you can mine. Mind you that a lot of these resources are still relevant and used in the late game, like berries for big healing potions. Wax and fireflies are especially useful for many easy-to-craft lighting options early on. For some tips on your starter base, check the base building section of the video. The game resets all resources if you end your session and head back to the main menu. So no worries about digging big and ugly holes close to your base. This way you can also easily farm a lot of honey, wax and fireflies around your starter base. You can sleep through the night in any bed you find in camps or houses in the open world. Improving the comfort of your home base with furniture and other stuff prolongs the rested buff you will receive. The 5 craftsmen you can unlock provide a great guideline to progress naturally through the game. They will give you a ton of quests and lead you towards the next objectives. So I would prioritize unlocking them in the beginning. Every craftsman offers some essentials you want. Better storage containers from the carpenter, backpack upgrades from the hunter, and so on. Exploring the map towards the west will lead you into some low-level areas. North and east will lead into higher-level zones. Unlock double jump first. It is really an essential skill. More pickaxe damage is also nice early on if you want to build your first base and collect the resources for it. You can easily reset your skill points afterwards and reallocate them for exploring and combat. The first thing you should always upgrade is your pickaxe, the tool you will use by far the most in this game. A better pickaxe drastically increases the amount of materials mined and reduces the time spent on more resistant resources, like copper or tin. I would invest the very first copper bars you make into a new pickaxe. If you enter a new biome and see a new kind of tree, bush, giant mushroom, or strange-looking patch of land, always mine, harvest, or collect it. It often unlocks new crafting recipes. Ones are very powerful and don't cost mana or ammunition. Right now these are the best way to deal with high-level enemies if you sneak into areas above your level. For only a few skill points you get even more damage out of them. So consider investing some points early into Battle Mage for Wand Master and Sting. Bows become also very powerful, especially because the enemy AI usually cannot handle if you are above them. This makes it easy and risk-free to defeat enemies from a higher position, like a roof or pillar. Crafting is divided into 3 sections. You can craft some basics on the fly. You can craft more advanced stuff at a workbench, and you can craft specific items at the 5 craftsmen you unlock. In addition, you will need to refine, combine, or grow some resources for more advanced recipes at specific facilities, like the kiln, which you unlock by following the quest lines from the craftsman. Accessing any workbench will repair your equipment for no costs. Sometimes you will find anvils in the world that can do the same. To unlock new recipes, you often have to find or craft specific materials. So make sure you craft newly available options at least once, even if you don't need them yet. For example, I had no idea how to get goo, which I needed to upgrade my flame altar. Turns out I had to craft bug dust, which I could already do for quite a while, which then unlocked the recipe for goo. Magic chests are unlocked at the carpenter and provide you with the essential option to craft by directly accessing the inventory from the chests. So build at least 2 or 3 as soon as possible. Food buffs are very useful, especially early on. The herbalist offers tons of different recipes and the ability to grow any food resource once you collected them in the open world. You can build more than one flame altar, and these function as fast travel points. If you are exploring and run out of inventory space or it is getting dark, just place an altar, travel back to base, come back and deconstruct the altar with the extinguish option. I realized that way too late in the game. Glider upgrades make a huge difference. Sometimes you can reach new biomes from a tower just by upgrading your glider. So make sure to craft them as soon as possible. Those are unlocked at the carpenter. You can easily climb to higher places by digging uphill. The pickaxe has a surprising long reach and it is fairly easy to dig some small steps above you. Double jump on them and repeat the process. It may be time-consuming, depending on the height difference, but in theory you can reach any area above you. You will unlock more and more building options throughout the game. So I would just build a very small house in the beginning and cramp everything in there. Pretty early you will unlock city wall blocks and half-timbered blocks. Those are cheap to make and much better looking than the initial materials. Once you unlock those, I would consider working on a bigger and nicer base. I opted for 5 small workshops and a main building with easy-to-access storage area. For some nice roof tiles early on. Remember that flint stone patch at your starter base. The patch looks small, but is quite big under the surface. Sticking to standard building tiles will make it easy to replace them later with better-looking materials. So think twice before constructing more individual stuff with those 1x1 blocks. Foundations are by far the most expensive tiles to build. These will consume a lot of building blocks. Consider building more vertical or use cheaper materials for the foundations to save on harder-to-get resources. You can later easily replace standard foundation blocks by deleting them in the build mode and place better-looking ones instead. Keep all the dirt and stone you maybe mine or gather as a byproduct. Later you get some nice-looking stone tiles that simply consume more stones to build. And dirt is used not only for some building materials, but also for a ton of different refining recipes, like charcoal. I hope these tips give you a nice and smooth start. Don't rush the game. No need to push through all the main quests immediately. Take your time to explore the world. There are some cool dungeons, crypts, and places to be found out there. Build your home base, maybe some small outposts, but don't worry about unlocking every recipe as fast as possible. Please feel free to add your own tips in the comments section and stay tuned for more Enshrouded videos in the future. For now, this is all. Thank you for watching the video. Take good care of yourself and enjoy your gaming sessions.